Hi guys, so I have a third video and the last one for today. People have asked me, do you carry your passport all the time with you when you are in one of the countries you are traveling? And my answer is always unequivocally, hell no. I'll tell you why. The majority of the time I'm doing something fun. I'm walking through some city, I'm on my ATV off-roading, I'm hiking in the jungle. I don't want to risk losing it because it is really difficult. I don't even want to think about what you have to do to get it back, how you have to prove, to leave the country, and all the things you have to go through between, for in my case, it'd be an American citizenship. I have to go through the American embassy. I don't want to think about that. So what I do, I typically leave it locked up in my suitcase or my bag. I always carry those little TSA locks, and I lock the passport inside the backpack I'm not using or inside the suitcase I'm not using, and I've had no problem. Occasionally, you'll find a hostel or a hotel that gives you a safe, and you can throw it in there. So my recommendation is never carry it with you. Now you're going to hear other people say no. Legally, in some countries like Colombia, in Thailand, and some other places, you're always supposed to carry it with you because the police can ask you at any moment to show it to them, and you don't have it. Well, there's actually a way you can get around that sometimes. Now, this is not going to be 100% accurate for every single police officer or immigration checkpoint or anything you run into. So in this case, here's what you can do. Okay? You make a photocopy. You make a photocopy of your passport and you carry around just a piece of paper. Okay? And if they ever ask you, you just show it to them. Now, for example, in Thailand, you want to rent a little scooter on one of the islands like Koh Phangan, they're going to ask to hold your passports. Okay? Now, for me, that's risky because they can hold it and they can say I did a bunch of damage to the bike and I didn't, and they won't give me back my passport. So I try and avoid things like that, or maybe I'll put a cash deposit down, but try never to give away the passport if you can. Occasionally you have to. There's nothing you can do about it. And I think the majority of people have no problems. But I've heard of some bad stories. But in this case, one of the things you can do to try to avoid running into a hassle is make a photocopy of your passport. Always carry it with you, just one piece of paper, a standard A4 size, and show it around. I also carry an extra picture in my phone that indicates, it's a color photo of my passport that I can zoom in on and show them, hey, this really is me. Don't try to cross a border crossing with just a piece of paper. Of course, you need your actual passport, but generally speaking, don't carry it around. Don't lose it. I've seen a few that I have found in Southeast Asia. I got to tell you, those people, I've never found them afterwards, but it's got to be a nightmare trying to get out of the country and get home without a passport. So, biggest tip, don't carry it with you. All right, have a great day.